Hello, this is Nick McDonald, and I just want to answer one of our most frequently asked questions, okay, which is how much does a lead cost? So if you are into buying leads yourself, or if you're doing marketing yourself or paying somebody else to do it, what I'm going to share with you now is some roofing industry benchmark numbers, so you know if you're getting ripped off or if you're doing extremely well or whatever. So you've got a good idea, right? So what we're going to be looking at is roofing leads specifically. So how much you would expect to pay, and what does your money buy you, okay, because not all leads are created equally. So you've got a couple of choices really if you're going to buy leads. So you can buy shared leads from places like Craftjack, okay, which you use, and HomeAdvisor, or you can buy exclusive leads from places like Storm 911. So we'll just take each one of these in turn. So Craftjack and HomeAdvisor, etc., very rough rule of thumb. For a re-roof, you're looking, $100 up to about $140. Sometimes it depends where you are in the US, can be as much as $180, and repair is anything about $30 to $45. Okay, all of those leads that you buy are shared leads. Okay, they're not exclusive leads. They're sold 2 or 3 times, 4 times over, sometimes 10 times over. And you've got no guarantee, okay, and price is the main factor. So if you are bidding, you're basically entering a bidding war if you buy these leads. For the exclusive leads, Storm 911, these can be very, very lucrative, can be worthwhile doing, worth testing it out. However, they're about $100 a lead, and we've recently taken on a customer from Orlando. And this is what he said to me. They were saying that we were paying $100 a lead, and basically what Storm 911 do is they offer a free roof inspection, right? So they bought 16 leads, and only 25% of those turned into actual work. So from 16 leads, they only got 5 qualified leads. So that cost them $320 a lead, but also they did 15 home visits and inspections, 16, which cost them a lot of time, visiting the customer, etc., and didn't get, only got 5 qualified leads and 5 jobs out of that. The next thing we can look at is a bit more detail around the cost of a lead. Now I'm going to leave this URL on here for a moment. This is pro.homeadvisor.com/billing/lead fees. pro.homeadvisor.com/billing/lead fees. Okay, we'll go to that in a minute. And because what I want to look at is this URL will give you the cost of what HomeAdvisor charge for different leads. And then the other thing I want to look at is what is it that you're actually buying. And we're going to look at Craftjack because they use ImproveNet to get their leads. So I'm just going to quickly exit out of this now, and I'm going to go to the HomeAdvisor thing. Right. So now this lead that you've put in here, sometimes when you enter that lead in, you get an error message. So simply just go and refresh your browser, and this page will come up. Okay, now what this will do is, as you can see, I'll just make this a little bit bigger so that you can see it. There we go. So you get work category, blah blah blah. So you got drop down menus. So let's just look at roofing, as we are all roofers. Let me see if I can find it. See, I've made it too big now. Roofing, bingo, there we go. We'll select a state. We'll do Florida because that's where we're working at the moment. And we'll do Orlando because we've got loads of leads coming in from Orlando, right? So, and then you view pricing. So it takes a minute to click around, and then what you have here is it will give you the install or replace price, and what you're looking at is the exact match lead fee, and then you've got repair or other, okay, and it gives you a breakdown of every possible kind of lead they generate, and the price and the cost of them. So you can see the most expensive one there is about $150, down to about $100 and something, right? Okay, and then for their repair, it looks like it's like, I don't know, high 20s, low 30s, the average price there. What's that? $46 for a roof clean. All right. So so if you were looking to wherever you are in the States, wanting to find out, well, how much roughly am I going to be charged per lead? just go to that URL up the top here, and you will just do the search. Now, one thing to remember here is that this information, for some reason, look here, is 3 years old. Right? So there's a good chance they're going to be charged more for this than what's actually on here. And the second thing to remember is that you're not just paying for this lead. Okay, you're paying for the opportunity to bid on the lead. Okay, and now sometimes they sell this to 4 people, sometimes they sell it to more than 4 people. So there's a very good chance that when you go to Home Advisor and you enter any details and you give them your money and you phone up somebody, right, for one of these leads, that you're going to be one of 3, 4, 5, 6 contractors phoning up the customer. And if you are contractor number 5 or number 6, there's a good chance you're going to get a mouthful, because they've already spoken to loads of other people. All right, so they're not really going to be interested in talking to you, but it's too late. You've already paid them their money. So what does a lead consist of? So we'll have a look at Craftjack here. So you may or may not have been using Craftjack. Some of our customers have and speak reasonably highly of them. Okay, and some of them haven't. All right, but the conversion rate here is less than half. Okay, so one of our customers bought 19 leads and got 7 jobs from it. Again, it's a bit of a bidding war, but let me just show you how they collect it. So they use improvenet.com, right? So if you put improvenet.com into your browser, right, and do this as you would if you're a customer. So what is it that you're actually buying? What are the leads that you're buying, right? So what you're getting is get a free quote. So if you say click on that, no thanks, I don't want to do that, right? You then, if I'm a customer, I'm going to go to the different cost guides and stuff like that, but basically you're going to go for a free quote. So I really suggest that you do this. I'm not going to do it now, right, but you just run through this, right? You're clicking in, this is what I want to do, how many weeks, how flexible am I, you're filling in a little bit of information, right, and you go through there, and what happens is ImproveNet collect all of that information and then sell it to you on Craftjack, right, or basically the way it works is if you are registered with them, your website and your details will come up amongst between 1 and 4. It's usually 3 or 4 other contractors, and then you're then notified of that and billed every time somebody does that, right? So and then you're then in a bidding war. So if you contact the customer first, that's great. If you can contact the customer last, that's perhaps not so great. All right. Now the biggest problem with both of these, right, with with all of them, with the Storm 911 and with Home Advisor and Craftjack and the likes, is that you have not had the opportunity to actually speak to the customer. Right, the customer has done what I've done now. I want to completely replace my roof. And I think it's natural slate. I'm not too sure. It's not really an emergency. So I've filled in a form, and then they've collected my details, and then they're introducing me as a customer to you. So I could be misinformed. I'm just making guesses. I'm just looking to see what the price is. I'm not necessarily a buyer. I'm just browsing. I'm just looking at the minute. So you need to be very careful what it is that you're buying. So a shared lead, right, from one of these lead generation sites, and there's loads of them about, is a low quality lead. Okay, it's fairly low quality. They do work, but you've got to get through a lot of leads. So they might say, here's a lead that's $30, but you might have to buy 10 of them to get 2 jobs. Okay, so your actual job cost per job is a lot higher than the lead. So they might seem like they're cheap, but actually they're very low value. The other choice you've got is you can pay someone else to generate leads for you, or you can do it yourself. So you can go to somewhere like web.com, or you can do it yourself. You can employ an SEO guy or something like that. But it's basically marketing management, and this is around you already have a website and you do some kind of paid advertising or some kind of SEO in order to get found on the internet. Right, now here's the problem with this. There's no guaranteed results, and it's potentially very wasteful. However, if the agency you're using is good, they will get you calls. But the downside is there's quite a lot of upfront costs. There's no real measurable return on investment, and you can burn through your budget very quickly. So you really need to make sure that the marketing company or agency that you're working with properly knows their onions, and they can give you some kind of guaranteed results. Getting you on page 1 of Google for some very vague search term does not guarantee you your phone will ring. Right, so good SEO and your phone ringing leads is two very different things. So don't be confused around that. We recently spoke to a customer in Tacoma. He was paying Web.com $2,000 a month and hadn't had a single call, not one single call. So that does happen. You can pay for SEO, you can pay for your marketing management, and not actually get the desired result that you're looking for. So paid advertising, what is involved and what's your expected ROI? A lot of companies that we talk to do paid advertising, and they do use AdWords and they do understand it. So what is the kind of the industry standards? So first of all, every call that you pay for is live and is exclusive. Okay, so doing paid advertising like this will get your phone ringing, and it will get your phone ringing with a high quality lead. Okay, but when your phone rings, right, every time it rings, you pay Google the money for it, right? And that's including all spam callers, any salesmen, or any job seekers. But your phone will ring as well with customers actively searching for you. Okay, so the quality of leads that this generates is much higher than if you're paying for shared leads. So how does it work? It's fairly straightforward. You need to pick some search terms. Okay, you then need to write some adverts. Those adverts will then send traffic to your website, and then your website needs to be good enough and compelling enough to get the customer who's read all of your stuff to phone you up. Okay, and if they don't do that, there's something called remarketing, which stalks the customer around the internet, keeps sending them back to your website to reminding them about you until your phone rings. So that's how it works. So I just want to talk to you briefly around, just to show you this so you can see it in action. So I've come to a Google AdWords account that we have set up, and I've done a little search term here now for roofing company Orlando. Can you see that? Maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger too, so that you can see what's going on. Roofing company Orlando. So there is a tool that Google have called a keyword planner, which gives you an idea of the kind of search results that you can expect, right? So for where are we? For roofing company Orlando, over the year, you can see there's 1,200, 1,800, 1,400 searches a month, and this will tell you that for roofing companies Orlando, there's only 20 searches a month, and if you have an advert and somebody clicks on it, it will cost you $20.26 every time somebody clicks on it. You've got Orlando Roofing. Again, there's only 20 searches a month for that, and that'll cost you $35.56. Local roofing companies in the Orlando area, $35. Okay, so what does this mean when I'm saying your cost per click? So let's just do a Google search for Orlando Roofing. Okay, and if you remember, it was $35 odd. These adverts here. Right, if I was to click on one of these adverts, so you get 2 here, and then there's 2 or 3 right down the bottom, there's 3 here, right? So for each time I click on here, it's going to cost these people $35. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take me to this website here. I haven't actually clicked on it. I've got software that can open it, because I'm not about to cost somebody $35 if I don't have to. But so I've click on their site, on their ad, and it takes me to their website. Now their website better be pretty good in order to get me to call them, right? Because if it isn't, they've just wasted $35 of me visiting them. So there's something called a conversion rate. So every time I click or a customer clicks on this ad, it takes them here. Now in the industry, the conversion rate of the website is about 10%. Right, okay, so 1 in 10 customers that clicks on this advert and goes here, statistically 1 in 10 will phone these people up. Right, they might be more because they've got financing. There might be a lot less. Okay, but statistically it's about 1 in 10. So what that means is, for every 10 searches, right? There's $350 being spent against that for this advert here to get one phone call. Okay, so and that actually happens a lot. So let's just bring that to kind of industry averages now that you understand how that should work. Okay, so typically, okay, so we are a premium partner with Google, and they do share industry information with us. Okay, so this your average cost per click is about $8. Okay, if there's commercial intent, a keyword or a search term with high commercial intent, you can pay as much as $40 per click. The average conversion rate is 10%, and the average cost per acquisition is about $83. Okay, so that means for every customer that you get, it costs about $83. Okay, for every phone call. That's the average, if you like. And the typical budget is about $1,500. That will get you about 180 clicks. Total leads converted, 18 leads. Normally there's a management fee. Okay, so if you're doing this yourself, you'll be saving this. If you are paying somebody else to do it, the minimum would be $1,000 a month. So your total spend is $2,500, and your cost per lead is about $138 each. Okay, that's typical industry AdWords costs. Now we do this too. We are industry specialists, and you can see, and we'll just go down to the very bottom here. Our cost per lead, even with an increased management fee, is substantially less. Okay, and we've got customers who spending this is our an average customer would spend about $2,500 a month on advertising. Total investment of about $4,500 a month with us to get average lead. This lady actually, she's getting about 80 leads a month at a cost of $53 a month. Okay, so that's what you can expect. So if you are spending money on Google AdWords and you're not getting results like this, then you've got an opportunity to improve. So we've talked about all those different options now, or you can talk to us. Like I say, we have a no hassle guaranteed live and exclusive phone calls that we get on a pay-per deal, on a pay-per-call deal. Right, so I'll just run through it very quickly. You simply answer the phone. Okay, all you do is give us a phone number, fill out an order form, and then we send you phone calls. And our calls are $125 a call, so they're in line with what else is out there. But our calls are 100% guaranteed to be live and exclusive. So this is people searching now. They phone you, you answer the phone, you talk to them there and then, you decide if you're able to help them or not, and you book an appointment there and then. Right? All the calls are recorded, which helps you with training. We are only billed for real customers needing your services. So because the calls are recorded, you can visit the little portal that we give you, and we can listen to them together, and you can say, well, that guy wasn't a real customer, but this one was, and you're only billed for real opportunities. We'd have any long-term contracts, we'd have any hidden fees or startup fees, but we ask two things of you. One, you must have capacity to be able to take on more work and to do a good job, and also secondly, you must answer your phone, and that's it. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about our offer, how we can help you, we do Google AdWords as well, then give us a call. So we are at totaldigitalstudios.com, or you can give us a call on the numbers on your screen. I hope you found this helpful, and hope to be in touch with you soon.